So identifying that, you become friends first socially. So the best friend can be your best network. Exchanging your cards really has no values nowadays.
My today's guest works in diverse domains like hospitality, education, marketing, events, training, and consultancy. Dr. Dhanashri Hardas wears many hats. She's an welcome to Vaha Women.
Thank you so much. It is really a pleasure to join you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, Dhanashri. And as I know you to be someone with fantastic networking skills, and I have always admired you for that. Let me open this conversation with a very fundamental question. What is social networking, in your opinion?
It is basically, building and maintaining professional and social connects. So, in one liner, if you say this is the definition of networking. Now, there are people, it was earlier very natural. Now we are taking a lot of efforts, a lot of training, a lot of things are coming up wherein we wanted to get connected to a specific person, specific arena, specific tribe or a profession that you are looking forward to. So this has become a trend. For me, networking is something which is a human relations. It should be rather very be informal, and public relations, human relations, and general basic things are to be addressed in this.
Right. But Dhanashri, being a professional yourself, why do you think that social networking has become so important for professionals, especially nowadays?
See, it leads to multiple things. It boosts your confidence. It avoids many steps if you have to reach a person, if you know him directly. The most important part is it can display your leadership also when you have a good network around you. There are so many opportunities which you will get only if you have a direct connect with the person.
Absolutely.
There are so many things you need. A support also, you get the support also. You can collaborate, maybe you can, have and develop a fantastic reputation. That is very important. Instead of you speaking for yourself, somebody else is talking for you. So that gives you a high, regards and a high showcase for the community. One more important thing is the mental support, that yes, I know the person. So that networking becomes very positive and very enhancing your businesses and the social circuit.
Very well said. Because nowadays, I feel that due to social media and other things, networking has become even more important and easier also. And essentially, here you have raised an important point, which is, you have to find opportunities.
Correct.
And when you have good network, it builds your reputation as well.
Right.
So essentially, I can say safely that one needs to identify common interests and explore synergies, ensuring that the networking or the kind of collaboration that we are trying to establish is mutually beneficial for both parties. Am I right in assuming it?
You're always right, and it is a correct thing. Mutual benefit is very important, but that also add one more thing. First is you need to really identify what exactly you want out of it. What is your personal goal? It could be your entrepreneur goal, it could be your social goal, or it could be your professional goal. So identifying that, you become friends first socially. So the best friend can be your best network. So this is how we can convert. So it is not formal like exchanging your cards. Cards really has no values nowadays. It is how you use the cards post you receive it. So that is a very important factor. So use of that card and then connecting them immediately follow up. Fine, you can do that. But then after follow up, what, one step, two steps, so there are multiple layers to really form a strong bonds. So that bonding is really going to convert your network into your friendship.
Makes sense. So, how can someone become a master network? Or let me put it differently. What are the key prerequisites you feel for mastering networking?
Huh. The first important part is whether you are an introvert, whether you are an extrovert, irrespective of that, you need to go and see people. You need
Mhm.
to find someone, at least one person in a week, one person in a day, if possible, very fine. You need to, for that, you need to attend different people as functions. Maybe it could be event, maybe it could be a conference, maybe it could be a symposium, whatever way, a meeting, little, you have to do that first so that you will be exposed to different set of people. Now this different set of people may be from your profession or may not be. They could be of a different age, because nowadays, I always say that the seniors have experience and the young generation has innovation. So this experience and innovation may be coupled together if you have a different set of network groups. So young people, the old people, the mid-age people, everybody should blend for a common purpose, and I think that will help us to go ahead. So apart from attending your own core business networks, you should also see that you have somebody altogether different from your network.
So precisely what you are trying to imply here, that higher the diversity, more the differences, higher the opportunity of learning between two individuals.
It is just not learning. You just never know how your life can change, how the other person or you can influence each other, and you can
Mhm.
go in altogether different paradigm. Maybe you will have a different business to do. Maybe you
Right.
will have a different opportunity altogether that could be scaled up. So your network is really very special, very important, and you have to focus on that.
Absolutely. But here you have touched upon a bit on the personality style of individuals also. And in my observation, I have noticed that most successful social networkers generally tend to have very extroverted personality style. Does this mean that being extroverted or outgoing is sort of essential to become a great networker?
I will put it in other ways. You should be very well groomed whenever you are attending certain program. It
Mhm.
depends upon the quality and the dignity. I don't want to say the dignity is not a correct word, but the sense of the program, accordingly, you need to groom yourself while you're attending the program. That will make sense. If in case there is some extrovert person, that person will definitely approach you if you are an introvert. So
Okay.
network will be built up. It is
Uh-huh.
nothing to do with your personality. It is nothing like that, and you have that sixth sense. Every human being, he knows that where you have to approach, and there you have to shed off your shyness, your awkwardness, and go ahead, greet and meet. You have to initiate the conversation, irrespective of however personality you are. If you have to do something good, if you really want people to come up in your kitty, you have to initiate the talks with zero ego and with zero shyness.
So you need to constantly push the envelope and keep expanding yourself, even as an individual, also, regardless of your personality style you are born with or over a period of time you have created because of your surroundings.
See, right now we are speaking about a professional network or a social network. So here, if you have to build a business, if you have to go ahead, you have to acquire those skills as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a person of power. So this is to be acquired if you don't have it. And there are so many platforms, even you can help everyone to get that skills done. So this type of programs people should attend, those who are a bit introvert, and it is hardly a matter of a week or not more than 15 days, the person will acquire everything, and they'll be the best people who can really network well.
Hmm. So then, actually, in the beginning of this discussion, you raised very interesting point, and that point that sounded very logical to me, that the networking starts after collecting the cards or after exchanging, your social media handles. And like I said before, also that nowadays, because of the ease and accessibility of social media, majority of people they build most of their network online. I want to know what strategies can individuals or professionals use or they should use to effectively build and maintain meaningful connection online. Because so far we were talking about networking in person. Now, if I never get to meet a person, uh, you know, individually in person, then how do I maintain that relationship, that healthy connection? Because, okay, getting, making connection is easier nowadays. I send a request, the other person accepts it. What next?
See, it depends upon what is your target and how you're putting up yourself on social media. That matters a lot because that will only help you to get the genuine connects. The your content are going to matter, and that is the only key to successfully have a good network in your kitty, specifically when we are speaking about the social media. Social media can go haywire. You can have millions of viewers, or you can have millions of connects or followers, you can say that for that matter. But then, are they really meaningful? That you need to really check. Are they really commenting? Are they really liking? Are you getting certain messages? If in case you are getting consistent messages from a certain viewers, I think they are the real people who are really connected to you. So you can believe in them. Prior to that, you can check their other handles also, and then strongly you can build a network wherein you can some in some of the other case meet personally also. Social media is a sort of a lottery, I should say. If it clicks, it clicks. Social media is something that you need to be very specific about. You need to carry yourself with high elegance and high content base. Otherwise, it is just a number.
Hmm. So quality matters over quantity.
Uh, Quantity also matters.
Okay.
Quality matters for the reason that if it is, that is a network, if you're speaking about. Quantity matters when you are projecting yourself, say, suppose for any program, when people will see you on, oh my God, 10 million followers, 5 million followers, or 10K followers, like this is a huge amount. So that is giving you the first access and a first positive impact. Your positive impact is connected only through your social media nowadays. You have to have a very strong online presence. That will help you, but your number also matters. That is going to help you to build your image, that I have this number of followers, I have this number of connects, I have so and so with me. It's
So
important.
making online strong presence, do you think, does it mean that I need to keep posting or keep liking folks post, people's post every day or as much as I can do? Does it mean that?
See, everybody follows someone or the other. If you are genuinely liking somebody's content, I think you can follow that. But just any Tom, Dick, Harry cannot be your network. So that you have to be specific about it, like what you like, what you want against it. That is very, very important, because otherwise, just going through the reels. Now, we are all so much into just Instagram and swipe
I
and
know.
the most important, not more than 3 seconds, the person or the young generation can see a reel until and unless it is that impactful. So you have to be that particular. When you're projecting yourself, you have to see in the eyes through of the followers also. Like what would they like to have, or what would the way you have to present yourself depends upon the likes and of the followers. That will help you to get more connects.
Mhm. So, how would you reflect on this cliched statement that your network is your net worth? How do you reflect on it?
Uh, I have two different aspects for it. For net worth is something that, after plus and minus of whatever you are earning, and what remains is your net worth. It
Mhm.
is not necessarily always, it should be monetary. It also can be right from your childhood. If you just connect to your school friends or the college friends, these are the first people who will help you, who will give you connects, who will help you to, grow genuinely without any uh, thing into their minds. They are genuine friends. So your network basically starts from your school. So this is how you go ahead with it. And with respect to that notch or the glitch that you're speaking about, like how it is a net worth, definitely yes, because that is really, connecting you to the proper person. Just it is not the connect. They can see some mental in you, and that mental is going to take you leap forward. There is one more factor into it when you come to net worth. My connect and your connect, like whoever is a connect, is going to give you an opportunity, is going to give you the ways out. It is going to give you altogether new paradigms. And maybe every time, to whomever you meet, you collect at least one good point from that person. So that helps in your businesses also.
mm,
I told you that it is somebody else who is building your reputation. So
mm,
we have to do that accordingly, one step ahead, and that is going to give you a lot of money. I told you that if you have number of followers, if they are exceeding 10K, 20K, or like that, you
mm.
will come to a point wherein people will be happy with you. They will be happy to offer you some partnerships. They will be happy to collaborate, because they also wanted your connects to be included. They also wanted good businesses. They all also sponsor you for that matter. So patronship also could be received. It all depends upon how are you connecting socially as well as physically, whatever field you are. So
Okay.
important.
Mm. So the term networking has got far broader connotation. It
Yes.
goes beyond commercial gains. It
Yes.
certainly goes beyond commercial gains. Okay, fair, fair. And
Because
I mean,
resources are very important. Resources, your mentorship, everything you gain it through a good network. Even a small thing, like even the people who are working our house help and all, they also have a fantastic network. They also suggest us so many things on what to, and they are also gaining or they are not gaining. But however, we are
yeah,
working with them. So all sort of networks, irrespective of any type of a economic background, social background, religious background, are very important for us.
yeah, absolutely. And I, I'm sure you must be knowing many people, and everybody knows many people. There are so many social media influencers nowadays who have got massive, massive following on social media, and they have extensive network. Yet they struggle to achieve the goal they wanted to achieve, to accomplish through these connections, through these people. And sometimes I think that what is stopping them? What is the hurdle? Why are they not able to get where they wanted to get actually through this network? Uh, how can you effectively turn your network into your net worth? And here again, I'm not putting emphasis on commercial gains.
Mhm.
Here it is like I understood that it goes far beyond it.
Yes, I agree with you on one very important point, that they are not able to convert their network. But that is, everything seriously depends upon whether you are reaching proper person.
Okay.
Whether, and secondly, there is a hitch in the mind also, that okay, it's a social media person, so why should I invest in somebody else also, like whether they are good, whether they are bad, why? Because
Hmm,
I don't know her or him personally. So
hmm,
there is something wherein you need to have again a personal connect, because physical connects helps you more. Socially, I like you. That is the only thing that is increasing your network
okay.
in the media. But when it comes to physically, I told you there are only so people who will appreciate you. But how can somebody give you a lot of things because you are just a influencer?
Right.
They take the help of the influencer to sell their own products.
Right.
They are not giving influencer anything, or they're giving it only because they are getting things done through them.
Hmm,
So it is a profession, it is a partnership between them.
hmm,
And to gain the physical network, attending the programs, being physical is very important. Until and unless you reach a top notch of something, like at the extreme level, there people will come to you to offer you. But then they also needs a space in there. They'll ask you to deliver or put up a reel for
hmm,
you. They will ask you for stories for you. So this type of, it's always a butter system, give and take. Maybe money may be involved, may not be.
mm.
But here, to achieve a complete goal is a process, and it is a continuous process, and enjoy the journey instead of reaching the destination.
Right. Well said. But I personally feel that it needs attitudinal shift also. You know, we have, as human beings, we always have habit of putting our interest first
Correct.
rather than putting the community's interest first or the society's interest first. I think here our approach should be let's grow together rather than what is there for me. Do you agree with it?
Of course. Instead of asking you to share your contacts or you share your network, it is we like what you need. So that is why again comes to human relations. Like we have to support each other and basically first you offer your help and then you can uh, everything is a default system, it falls back
Mm,
at you. So you
right.
should not think about having a big business with somebody, or you should not go to somebody to have a network so that you will have a business. Approach should be a friendly approach wherein you wanted them as your friend first. And then while discussing in the friendship, maybe they can help you. They can really go ahead.
Mm,
We have to offer like Rajni, should I connect you to few more women who are better than for this, so that you can have. So this type of connects maybe will help. Giving a connect is a very simple thing. Still, then I'll tell you a few glitches into it. If suppose I give you somebody XYZ connect to you, and still like if it is given, it is given, it is you and the other connect to decide as to what you have to go ahead with it. But then I keep a upper hand in that. I
yeah.
also I will not give you directly. I'll ask, say that I will first speak to the other person and then send you the connect.
Hmm.
So this type of, this is a basically, a psychology that
Hmm.
is not helping you to directly open all the doors for the other person. They
Hmm.
are keeping and holding you back. They will give you the connect. They will tell the other person somebody will call you and all these
Hmm.
things. And
Hmm.
then I will also request you that let me also know about it, like to what is happening around.
Right, right.
So this type of a internal system also works for most of the networking things. There are so many clubs, there are so many networking giants who are working. They
Hmm.
have a monopoly of few clubs, like will pick up only one person from one profession and then they will develop a network. So that also limits you to that certain group.
Hmm.
Their growth is not into their own people, into
Hmm.
their own profession. So
Hmm.
it has to be a very open thing. And I strongly believe that uh, it is not easy. It
Hmm.
is very difficult
Right.
to connect you
Yeah.
to a proper person.
Yeah. So let your connections build organically.
It's-
Let's not force.
You cannot. You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Hmm. Hmm.
And if you want to build up some business, if you send, just tell me one thing.
Hmm.
Like next day after receiving a card, I'll send a message that it was good to see you, meet you, and we would catch up some other time. This is a very general thing, like everybody do. It's a good part. But why
Hmm.
should the other person or why should I connect with each other until and unless we find some value within each other?
Right.
So if you are of value, I'll keep connected with you. If I
Yeah.
am of value, the other person will keep connect. So where the value is going to match, whether where at the place where you have a common interest.
Sure.
If
Sure.
in case I try, I have a number of some say Amitabh Bachchan, how
Hmm.
can I mean how we will be connected? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll take a photo with him. Maybe I'll flaunt it on my social media. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But how can we connect? So your connect has to reach, if you have some goal in mind, it should reach the proper person. And
Right.
it should be value based. That is very important.
And I think timing is also very important. At times, the moment you get connect with somebody on LinkedIn or some other social media, the other person immediately sends their pitch to you,
Yes.
which doesn't look very nice because see, you just cannot bombard your connection instantly with your pitch.
Correct. Correct.
You have to invest in that relationship a bit.
But for that, you should block your messages for these type of things. That will help you that people cannot reach you so easily. You can put up a mail, like if you want to connect with me, put up a mail for it. Maybe your mail will be jargon and say no nonsense mails. I mean, nothing for promotion and nothing for advertisements. Because Otherwise, and if in case you receive, you can block it at the same moment.
Yeah, nobody wants to block the connections, but at times
Not
you are kind of pushed
blocking the
to.
connections. You have to
Yeah,
block the mails. Otherwise, also there is a button like unsubscribe. So unsubscribe, subscribe for them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But for this is a problem wherein it is you to decide whether you have to see their mail or not. It
Mm.
is you have to be very vigilant and very methodical and meticulous when you are connecting to somebody. You cannot just add people seriously, very serious. On a very serious note, there could be blunders that may happen later on. LinkedIn still then is said to be a reliable platform.
Yes,
Then there are so many open sources so in social media that can connect to you with these type of people.
right,
So
right.
word of caution for social media.
Great. So we had a wonderful discussion about social networking, and now I wanna shift the focus of this conversation towards your work. I know you have been very actively involved in environmental conservation and various other projects, and you have been convener of Blue Revolution project.
Right.
Could you share the concept and idea behind that concept?
Yes. Revolution is a revolution. Revolution is change. Revolution is something like you faced industrial revolution. That means many industries were developed. When it was a white revolution, all the milk products came out. And it was a green revolution. There was a much hybrid products for the agriculture also developed. Now people are focusing on blue revolution. Like what I did is a different thing, but let me just explain the concept of blue revolution, because blue revolution means something or the products that you receive from the water. Blue
Right.
is water. So it may be water itself, it is usable. It could be fish, it could be some touring part, it could be some water sports, anything. It could be the oil, the gases that we receive from the sea. Now, this is not what I have done. I
Mm.
have done it's a blue revolution with a paradigm shift. So I wanted to extract water, but the shift was not from the natural resources. It was the used water what we worked on. So paradigm shift was from sewage water, from the effluent water, from how can we extract good water from the sewage? How can we have water from the effluents which are been discarded by the industries. So that was a technical thing that we did. There was now just consider the case of Israel, not the one what is happening right now, but it is a water deficient country.
Mm.
Singapore is a water deficient country. Still, then they have enough water. In India, we have 4% of the fresh water specifically for around the world. I mean, in the world, we have 4% and
Mm.
17 to 18% of the population. So, how is it going to match? I don't know.
Yeah, 18% and 4%. Yeah,
But then 4% of water is too much. And when we have good amount of water, people don't have water in their countries. Still then
absolutely.
they are taking it. So desalination unit for us, even for India, is very difficult to task because you just cannot, it's very expensive also.
Expensive.
So we have to
Yeah.
think about the cost effective solutions for it.
Mhm.
So specifically we work with Israel and Singapore who could have drinking water in spite of not having water in their own countries properly to cater people, to cater agriculture. So it was the need that helped even Israel to develop a high technique in agriculture so that there will be a very less water uses and the plants will be grown and more. So they started with inserting certain minerals and all this. So the techniques are different. So here, we specifically focused on the sewage water and the effluent water so that the ETP and the CETP, like effluent treatment plant, STPs, the sewage treatment plants, they need to be addressed very well. And the water which is generated should be gray. And also from that gray water, we try to see that there are certain industries which are also giving a potable water which we can drink. So this is how the water scarcity problem we were to address. That comes in SDG 6, number
Mm.
6, like
Yes.
you are working
Potable, drinkable water. Yes.
everything about water.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
that
And
was an important point.
in country like India and all developing nation, we are already facing huge sanitation problem, which is closely associated with water again.
Correct, correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But now the sanitation problem, this I mean, somehow the government has tried to address it very well.
Yes.
So, and there are so many CSRs which have been pouring in specifically to address this issue. I'm sure, like by 2030, India should be free from defecation. I mean,
Yes.
that way, at that scale, the work is already going on, and
Going.
we are very happy for it.
We hope so.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I mean, when I saw your profile and I look at the kind of work you have been involved with, I wonder what draws you towards social causes in general.
I don't know, it's a default person. Because you know, we had been brought up in a very fantastic atmosphere wherein socially all our neighbors were very well connected.
Mm.
Our even for having our food, we used to go to each other's house and have food. So this really helped us to start our networking, like me and anybody in our group, they're doing that very well. They are very well connected also. And we also, during when we were kids, we addressed so many issues. We used to help giving some food to people around. I was grown on the banks of river Godavari at Nasik.
Wow.
So we had faced even Kumbh Mela. That also I tried to address it later. So we were always socially involved by doing some projects or the other. So that becomes a part of the blood. My grandmother was a entrepreneur who started the first school in that place. So now it is not working, but it was a Montessori school. But then just imagine in 1950 she started. So that thought had come for the social cause of education, like she could do it. So it is something in the generation also, in the genes, and I was subjected to the society accordingly. So that leadership was really born, and we accepted responsibilities as it came.
Good. So Vasudev Kutumbakam,
That is
as this.
very important. It's
Yeah.
very important. It's one earth, one future is the concept, and that is going to work throughout for the world.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And in the last, would you like to give any key message to the audience related to whatever we have discussed or we might not have discussed, but you feel that is important for audience to know or learn?
Yes. Uh, don't shy out. That is
Okay.
very important. Go ahead, speak to anybody. Everybody is ready to speak, whoever it is. You need to be there at the right time, as you said. You need a right mentor for that. And the most important, you need to be in right groove. That is the
Mm,
most important part of it. There is one more thing that I have done. My research is on tribal medicine.
mhm,
So, what the tribals say is where all your pathies end,
mm.
our tribal medicine starts. And then we take it to the highest curing format of it. So, people should believe in our traditions. I wish that whatever India has, whatever is indigenous to our country, is really to be used, is really to be, expanded and work on what we have within ourselves, even ourselves as a person, and you are going to shine out always.
Great, great. Dhanashri, thank you for this insightful conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rajni, for this special invite. I'm really glad to be with you. The questions that you portrayed were really, that will help everyone to think again and work well accordingly. And my compliments to you and all the WOW ladies who have been connected to you. I wish all the success and the choicest of blessings from the God so that you will have a fantastic network for the organization.
Appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you.